guys, I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Today is Tuesday, January the 16th, 2024. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go ahead and give this one it was a solid, it was a 7. I enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and get into it. We see Sloan and Eric. Now, Sloan and Eric are getting ready for Marlena and John to come visit. Sloan is nervous and she is taking Nicole's advice because remember, Nicole said, have a big glass of wine and you can deal with to get you through, and you can deal with Marlena. But Sloan is actually drinking the bottle. Like, not only did she have one glass, but she is like going through this bottle because she's so nervous and she wants them to approve of her so badly. And so she's just drinking and drinking, and Marlena and John finally come. And so by the time they get there, she's a little bit on the tipsy side at that point. So they come and they sit down, and they're talking, and she has you know uh, appetizers ready for them, and so she's talking to them, and she's constantly drinking. She says, "I have a bottle of wine." They say, "No, no, 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 we're not going to drink. Um, we have a long day ahead of us tomorrow." And so they're all sitting down, and at this point Sloan is drunk, so now she's trying to tell jokes to entertain them, and they're not. They're falling flat. Like, John is trying, he's trying to like laugh and encourage her and everything, but Marlena is just looking. And so at this point she's just like, um Marlena's not laughing at my jokes, and so the alcohol is in her now, and so she's just like, Marlena is intimidating. And um they say, well, why don't we get you some water? And Marlena says, hydrate. And she said, see, all you had to do was drink some water, but you said hydrate. She's like, you're just intimidating. You're very intelligent, and you're so perfect, and everything is put together. And Sloan's just making a fool out of herself, child. She was. But I like Sloan, so I felt a little bad for her. And so at one point, Eric tells her, excuse me, you need to go lie down. And she said, but I would miss the dinner. And he says, I know, yes, you would miss the dinner. And she said, but I don't want to miss the dinner because I've been cooking all day. I wanted this to be perfect. I wanted them to like me. And so she starts crying. She gets emotional. And Marlena and John say, we'll take the baby out. And so that's what they do. And Eric gets with Sloan, and she's apologizing because she feels bad. And she says, oh, and it's another part too where she said, we'll do anything to protect our baby, because they talk about Nicole. And she said, even lie. And Marlena was like, you'll lie for your baby? And she said, well, not a lie. A lie, it was just like a white lie or something. But anyways, they end up leaving with the baby to give Eric some time to talk to Sloan. So they end up leaving with the baby. And excuse me, once they leave with the baby, Eric is talking to Sloan, and she's just like, I'm making a fool of myself. Your mom just didn't seem to be happy with me, and I'm so embarrassed. And he tells her, just lay down. And so he gets her ready for bed and everything. And she tells him, Eric, if I tell you something, are you going to be mad at me? And he was like, what? Now she's still drunk. So she's about to tell him about the secret about the baby and everything. But right as she's about to tell him, there's a knock at the door, and Marlena and John are back with the baby. And they say they have to go because they just heard from Tate, and he says, wish, Brady and Tate my love. And he was like, let me get Sloan. But they were like, no, she's asleep, because it's in a studio apartment. So they're like, no, she's asleep. Just let her sleep it off, and everything. Now, John and Marlena, when they were out and about, they were just like, what do you think got into Sloan? And they said, well, I think she was trying to uh, impress us. And they said, do you think this was a one off, or does she have a drinking habit? I said, are y'all about to give Sloan a drinking? Turn her into an alcoholic? I don't know, child. Y'all tell me what you think. But anyways, they come back, give the baby, and Eric is talking, and after they leave, Eric is talking, and at this point, Sloan has went to sleep. So the secret she was about to tell, she's not going to tell. And when she sobers up in the morning, she's definitely not going to tell. So that's it, y'all. That's all I got for them. Let's move on. So then we go over here and we see Justin has called Brady and Teresa into the police station. There's like, Justin, what is it? Is something happened to Tate? What's going on? What's wrong? And he says, no, 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 it's nothing like that. And then Tate comes through the doors and they're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's going on? And they tell them that Tate is actually being sent to a juvenile facility juvenile rehab, and so he won't have to be in prison any longer. And they were ecstatic, they were through the moon about that. And Alex tells Justin, "Thank you for helping," and he it's his way of apologizing, just telling him he's sorry for the way he acted and everything. And of course, Justin, because to him that's still his son, so he lets it roll off and everything. And they say, okay, he tells them that Tate is going to leave that night and they need to get him ready, like get his clothes and everything ready. And they were like, wait, that night. And he also lets them know they won't be speaking for Tate to Tate for a month. um I said, so Holly's storyline in this coma is going to drag on for a while then, right? And they were like, well, what about EJ? What if EJ finds out about this? And so EJ, Justin actually receives an email from EJ, and EJ said he's not going to stop the transfer or anything. I said, I know you're not, because you're starting to believe that Holly might have done this to herself. So he's not going to stop it. So they're ecstatic about that. But of course, they hate that they won't see Tate for a month. And at first, Tate was like, "Mom, don't make me send him there." I said, "What, you want to go back to jail with the mm, with the grown men? Like, what are you trying to do? What do you want to do?" And so he was like, "It's okay," because Teresa was scared, and he was like, "It's okay. It's better than being in jail." So I'll go ahead and go, and everything is gonna work out, and I don't want you worrying. This is him telling that to Teresa. And she was like, "Okay, cool, 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 cool." So they end up leaving. Um, and when they leave out of the room, Marlena and John have made it and they say their goodbye. So everybody's telling Tate goodbye. And that's it for right now. So I guess we're going to pause on this teen storyline and pick it up in a month or two. All right. So then we go over here to Stefan and Ava. So Stefan and Ava are sitting back. Well, they were getting ready to open, and they talking about, Ava's telling him, we need to find different people for the food. I can't remember what she said. They needed to find different sources, and he was like, for the drugs, and she said, no, for the food. We do actually run a restaurant, so she's handling the real books. And he said, yeah, in front of this drug front. And so they get in. It's later on in the night, and the restaurant is doing well. They have a lot of customers there, and then we see Harris was at the police station, and he gets his paper, and he's like, all right, let's go. So I'm like, where you going? And Harris comes to the bistro and he tells them it's a raid. And he hands them the warrant and they start searching. So they're looking around, and of course, Ava's like, Harris, why are you doing this? Are you this jealous that I broke up with you and I'm with Stefan now? Like, this isn't the way to get back. This is your way to punish me, to get back at me. And he was like, tell me what's going on. I know something's going on. So just tell me so I can help you. And she said, what's going on is that you're bothering me. And Stefan said, you're going to be hearing from my lawyer. Anyways, they search the bistro and they don't find any drugs, child. And so they Harris ends up having to leave, and he tells Ava he's sorry, and she said, "No, I don't accept your apology, because remember she still has to push him away." So she said, "I don't accept your apology. Like, you ruined a night of business for us." And but anyways, he ends up leaving. They give the people free food and everything, because this was in the middle of their they didn't raid them after the restaurant was closed. They were open in full swing. So they give away free food and everything, and they get a call, and Clyde had actually had someone come in and move the drugs, because he had got tipped off about the police raid. So he had someone come in and move the drugs and everything. So that's why they didn't find any drugs. So then they get another Stephen gets another call, and it's Gabby from Statesville. So he goes off to take that, and at that time, oops, and at that time, Ava gets a message from an unknown number that says meet on the docks, and so she goes out to meet the person on the docks, and it is Harris, and that's how the episode goes off, y'all. Anyways, that's all I got for you. It's a short recap because it was a short episode. Um, the last few episodes have been like 44 minutes, 45 minutes, but this one was 35. So it was really short. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Y'all stay warm, stay safe, be blessed, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.